What's up, YouTube? It's Hello Scott, and I'm I've come to notice a trend on YouTube, which is pretty much the quit your 9 to 5 trend. And I understand the logic behind it, right? And to some extent, I do agree. But let's be 100% honest. 90% of y'all in Gen Z, which should be at this point the late teens to probably mid 20s, right? I'm assuming that's Gen Z. You just need a you didn't want to you wasn't going to work anyway. You just needed an excuse not to work. For example, let's say you're 16 years old and now you're just seeing all this 9 to 5 stuff, right? Don't get a 9 to 5, quit your 9 to 5, don't even start working a 9 to 5, don't apply to jobs and all that shit. The first thing you're gonna do, since you're so young and impressionable, is just sit on your ass, and chances are probably do nothing. That's what I'm assuming. So if you do that, and let's just say your parents just let you get away with it, right? You're going to be 59 years old, still at home, still sitting on the couch, still eating fucking hot Cheetos, and while you're 563 pounds, wondering what went wrong. And then you're probably just gonna blame, I don't know, the government or somebody. Or you might realize, if I had started working, in my late teens, maybe if I would have saved up enough money, I could have started working for myself versus not even working for anyone at all, just because you hear everybody else saying don't do it. Listen, man, if you don't work, you won't make money. 90, I would say, okay, 90% of people have to work to make money. If you can get money another way, more power to you. But if you don't work, nobody said work for 40, 50 years. I'm not doing that shit either. You should at least have a plan not to do that. But chances are, from your late teens to, depending on who you are, to your mid 20s, you should probably be working unless you have some kind of plan, some kind of business you're already invested into. Because this is people are just waiting. People just want a reason not to do something. People will use that, oh well, I shouldn't work for anybody else, as a coping mechanism. How the fuck else are you gonna get money? How else are you gonna get money? Right? Think about it. You made up in your mind, 18, 19, 20 years old. Okay, I'm not doing no more 9 to 5s. I quit. I'm working for myself from now on. How the fuck do you work for yourself for no money? Oh, and also, you probably had the mindset of, you probably don't. Okay, I'll probably say it like this, right? So a lot of y'all lazy workers probably had a mindset of, well, I'm not gonna work hard. They don't give me a raise and all that shit. And why work so hard when you come up with some kind of logic not to work hard? And you probably think, oh well, if I had my own business, I would work hard. Let me tell you something about that, right? If your manager telling you go pick up this box and put it on this shelf, and you bitch and complain you can't even do that, and you lazy to do that, how you gonna work for yourself? But I know your thought logic is, oh, I'm gonna listen to myself. Chances are you won't. Let's say you start your business, right? Remember, you work for yourself, and you don't have to get up that day. It is Monday. Oh man, I gotta go open the shop for 12 hours and work. It's my business. I don't feel like it. You say that enough times, your dumb ass gonna be right back working for somebody else because you was too lazy to just do what you were supposed to do. And here's another thing people don't realize: working for yourself is harder, because the only person you'll be able to blame is yourself. You could blame your manager, like, why he came up with that stupid ass, why he came up with that, why did he come up with this position to make things harder when we could have just left it the same, or why don't we do this instead? I know a lot of y'all have this thoughts to where, well, if we would have did this instead of listening to this manager, we'd probably be finished with the work or project already. But since we did it this way, it's going to take longer, and it's stupid, and it's backing everybody else up. You probably had those thoughts before. Now everything is your fault. Now everything is your fault when you're working for yourself. And you already know, even though you're probably in denial, you already know it's going to be that one day, man, I don't feel like getting up. It's fine. Let me just take the day off. Next day, you know what, fuck it. I'm just be off till Friday. I work for myself. It don't matter. Saturday come. Fuck, I'm just going to take the week off. Monday come again. Should I take the month off? That's what you're going to do? And then in the next couple months, you're not gonna be able to take no time off because your dumb ass is gonna be working for somebody else. If you're not a good worker now, what make you think you'll be a good worker for somebody else? Just because you telling yourself to do it? you probably don't even listen to yourself half the time. So if you barely listen to yourself now, why would you listen to yourself to tell yourself to go do some work? The only reason you probably agree with this 9 to 5 movement is because now you have an excuse not to get a job. And then with that excuse, you go sit on your mom's couch or something and then become nothing. Then when you about to turn fucking 60 and your parents can't take care of you no more, you're like, damn, what went wrong? Knowing down well in the back of your head, if you had just got a job when you was 18, 19 years old, worked there for a couple years, tried to save up a couple thousand, right, or something, save up however much you think you need, put it towards the business so that can grow, and then start working for yourself. You just sat on the couch for 40 years straight, blaming somebody else. So I just know a lot of y'all gonna use this anti 9 to 5 movement to just not work or whatever. But I'm telling you, unless you're rich, there is a smooth 95% chance you will need a job. Unless you know something I don't, you got a business, you got a side hustle already. If you already have that, you probably don't even need to be listening to this video. But for the other 95% of us, if your dumb ass quit that job right now, and you say, I'm not working no more 9 to 5s, no more this, no more that, you go sit back on your parents' couch and don't get another 9 to 5, watch what's gonna happen. Quit your 9 to 5 with no money and follow this anti 9 to 5 move, watch what's gonna happen. Now, do I agree with a lot of it? Yeah. But I know most of y'all are gonna use it as a coping mechanism not to get a job. I don't really even agree with the coping mechanism terms. Like, I don't agree with coping, because you can apply that to any situation. Let's be honest, right? Let's do it again. 95%. Well, okay, fuck it. Let's say 80. 80% of us probably eat fast food, right? A vegan or somebody healthier than us, or somebody that doesn't, will say you should stop eating fast and processed food because you'll die faster and all that stuff. Is not healthy. It makes you move slower, makes you more tired. You know what a lot of us would say that I agree with myself? We're going to die anyway. What's the difference? I'm going to at least enjoy my life if I'm going to die anyway. If you agree with that, guess what that is? A coping mechanism. That's why I don't agree with it, because you can apply the term coping these days. I don't even know if it's the real right definition, but whatever. You can apply that to anything. The coping mechanism these days is if you have, let's say, like I just gave an example. Let's say you have an idea about something, but 90% of people think this way. Okay, 90% of people go right, you go left. And then you say, well, I think it's easier to go left, because if I go left, then I could just make a couple more left turns to go right, or whatever. And then, okay, fuck the example. They're going to call that a coping mechanism because they might say it's easier. If you have a different form of logic or a different way of thinking that may make something easier, then what 90 other percent of people think is a coping mechanism. That's the definition these days. That's why it's a loose fucking term. It's like, just like, okay, let's say, I know I'm getting off track, but I don't care. Let's say people say, oh, you checked him, you checked somebody. That's a loose term as fuck. So if I go up to a dude and say, you know what, fuck it, that's not even the point no more. The point is that, if you follow this anti 9 to 5 movement with no plan and you don't got no money saved up and you quit because you working for somebody else, then okay, go ahead, quit, then blame it on somebody else or whatever. I'm telling you right now, if you don't work and you're like me and you don't work, then you're gonna have a miserable life probably, unless somebody gonna take care of you or whatever, unless your parents rich, unless you're born in a rich family. If you don't work, I don't know, just get ready to blame it. Just get ready to blame it on somebody. Don't blame it on me. Blame it on yourself. But I'm just letting y'all know, a lot of y'all gonna use that as a coping mechanism. I'm telling y'all right now, that's just what's gonna happen. Please go sit down with no 9 to 5 in your late teens or something. Well, if you're in college, whatever, this don't apply to you. Go sit down with no 9 to 5, no money saved up in your late teens. Watch what happens in your life. Just watch what happens in your life. Why you think you think homeless people just sit down on the curb for fun? Because it's fun? To make what? They probably make $5 a fucking hour if they're lucky. If you want to go do that, be my guest. If you don't want a 9 to 5 that bad, be my guest. But that's all I had to say towards the anti 9 to 5 movement. I agree with most of it, but that small, it's not really a small percentage, but the other percentage that are going to use it as a coping mechanism not to get a job, Uh, I said all there is to say, man. Just do what you want and only blame yourself for the ending consequences. And I'll see y'all on the next one.